Viewers' discretion is advised. A child was staying in their room like a good little child, just playing with their toys, trying to ignore the outside screaming. Suddenly the door burst open. It was the mother, rage covering her face. She then proceeded to grab the child by the hair while screaming, "It's your fault, I'm a joke," as well as many other awful things. To spare people the gory details, they were left on the floor, eventually passing out in their own tears and blood. The child woke later to the carnage of all their playthings destroyed, tears filling their eyes once more. Unbeknownst to them, the closet door opened slowly behind them. The skeletal hands of the nightmare creature held their shoulder, and in a cracked, elderly voice, the creature said, "So sad, child, they are all gone. Ah, wash your tears." Then another hand like the other wrapped around to pick up something off the ground, dragging in the blood on the floor. Eventually it raised it up to the face of the child, revealing what it had to show. Its hand opened to reveal an odd plushie that was half dog, half slug. The creature said, "No matter what your mother does to this toy, it will repair itself and get larger every time. When it's big enough, she won't be able to harm you again." The child nodded, and the creature's hands picked up and tucked them in. Before its hands slinked back into the closet, the child hugged it and teared up due to it being the first bit of love and compassion they had felt in so long. The creature just patted the head and eventually let the child fall asleep. Next day, they played with the new toy, and like last time, the mother came in storming in and lost it. She eventually saw the toy and ripped it right in front of the child. As she went to try and attack, she backed away and winced in pain, eventually slowly backing away. The door then slammed shut. Like magic, the plush was back and double the size. The child smiled triumphant in avoiding the malice, but they wondered when the next time they would be, as a chill came down their spine. As the next few days went on, everything just repeated the same. Mom came, destroyed the toy, and after she would leave, writhing in pain, the toy would get bigger. Although, as it went on, it slowly started to be noticed how weaker and mentally unwell the mother got. Eventually, she didn't come into the room at all anymore, but the hatred she had did not go away. The toy, now massive, loomed over the room like a nightmarish bouncer, ever vigilant. The child started to feel joy in life compared to the past nightmares they had to deal with. Sadly, it was just the eye of foul evil. The child awoke to an odd, familiar sound. The mother was destroying the toy. They just sat and watched. The mother then turned to look at her child. Madness had consumed her, screaming, "Monster, monster, monster." She lunged forward, but paused. She then turned around and screamed. The resurrected toy fell, pinning her to the ground. The closet creaked open, and the skeletal arms of the creature came out and grabbed the mother. The claws pierced her shoulders. In that moment, the child looked into her eyes and saw the same fear cover the face that the child had for them. Then in a blink, she was gone. Only the nail marks on the floor remained. The child was safe, but one oddity remained, and that being was, or were, there anything in that closet?